This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and do a quick inspection here at 111 Willowbrook in Santee. I'm on the roof now and going to point out a couple things. There are a handful of mismatched tiles that we see around this roof, and that's actually a good sign. Typically that means that tiles have been replaced throughout the years as they've been broken. The wood around the home looks okay. You know, we get a little bit of aging and wood splitting and things like that. That's very common. Nothing to be too alarmed with. I'm sure the termite inspection pointed out a couple little concerned areas, but for the most part, the fascia around the home looks pretty good. We got an intake vent over here on the gable end, we call that. And then there's only one attic vent on the entire roof, which is, well, not totally adequate to today's standards, but these concrete S tiles actually do a fantastic job of insulating this home. The air gap that's created from the humps in the tiles actually does a great job. The one broken tile I've found on the roof so far is this little ridge cap we have right here, and looks like it was glued together at some point, but that mastic has come apart. This roof looks good for being 30 years old. It does have drip edge. It does have bird stop. Those are two pieces of metal flashing that are at the edge. I'll show you as I'm getting off the roof. Also, all of the flashings are metal. Any roof that's a little bit older than this would most likely have not mastic, but mortar flashings around each of the penetrations. The metal lasts a lot longer and does a better job waterproofing. We don't really love this style of roof vent. They're not in use anymore. This one appears to be working just fine. Basically, this little lip right here gets hammered down. Ideally, that would be up right there, so any water stays on the metal, stays on top of the tile. Nowadays, we use O'Hagan vents. It's just a different style that we like better. The layout of these tiles looks good. They're not stretched a lot. This last course is just, that nail head is just barely exposed. It's not rusty, which means that it's not getting a ton of moisture on it, but as we look down there, they look a little bit vulnerable. Just nitpicking the roof. Over on this side of the roof, the tiles are spaced very nicely. It's actually something I noticed in that a lot of times the builder will use as little tile on a roof as possible to save on cost, and they do what's called stretching the tile, but this looks really good. Flashing around the chimney looks good. We got tile pans, saddle metal, counter flashing. It's all intact and professionally installed. I took a picture of the neighbors. That is a cutoff tool that the solar guys left on that roof. That's a $250 tool. Must have been company owned, so installers didn't care. Anyways, back to this roof. As far as the tune-up goes, yeah, it's reseal the penetrations, and it is replace that cracked tile there. I probably wouldn't suggest changing out that big vent. We'd actually have to shrink the hole for a dormer vent, and it's probably more work than it's worth. I would just say, you know, when this roof gets redone in the next couple of years, we'll go to the more modern style vents and add additional ventilation to get this attic a little bit cooler in the summertime. Let's see here. Nothing to point out down on the lower section. I started there and then worked my way up. I will work my way back down now. But yeah, I would give this roof, you know, another couple of years before it needs to be replaced.